This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes, for your half-assed entertainment news with no bullshit, with our hosts, Summer Helene and Bear Fiorda, only on Talk 4 Media.
Oh my God, I'm going crazy. So I'm cutting back on, I've been on like nicotine patches for 400 years.
Yeah.
And I've cut down from a 14 to a 7 because the 14s were making me sick. And I've only been on them for like 10 years. Kaylee, plug in the computer. It's about to die right now.
Oh, God.
So
I was waiting on the good ache day, honestly.
I'm just, everything is a hot mess today. I'm ready to kill someone. I am having the worst nicotine withdrawals.
Mm-hmm.
It's just terrible. And we're supposed to be doing Kaylee, honey. That means faster. We're going to be going through things like we tried masks and different things for work.
Right.
Help me.
Well, we did it. What we did last week
withdrawals.
was we tried the mask and we tried the facial stuff because it was popular and trending online. Now, this week, especially just after, there goes one of our lights.
Kaylee,
wow, this has been
stop
such
pulling
a
on
day.
things. Plug this in immediately.
Well, we'll fix that in a second. But beyond that, what we did last week, like I was talking about, is we did all the facial stuff that was trending online. This week, in kind of like correlation with Halloween, they had different candies and companies coming out. In fact, even John Oliver talked about a new chocolate company called Tony's Chocolonely or whatnot. And they, I know, right? And their thing was they try and reduce the amount of child labor that is involved in the candy and chocolate industry because it's a shit ton.
I'm just
child
having fun
labor in
watching
there.
these two in the background. So they set up everything. It did not go well.
They're doing their best, you know. Things happen. We're on the fly. It's a live show, and if anything, you'll probably got a kick out of it.
Yeah, and I have a headache.
And you got more than a kick out of it.
I got cracked in the head. Kaylee, plug this in. Thank you.
Well,
so if you're watching the behind the scenes, you will see what's happening here.
Oh, that's a good point. We are live on 2 other platforms, both Facebook and Instagram, for our Tune In BTS 24-hour live stream show. This depicts all of our background stuff and our daily to-do. So you'll see me out there recording for like TikTok and Instagram, or you'll be in here seeing us discuss things with you guys on the radio show. Or you might even see us in the living room playing a game of D&D. Lord only knows.
This lipstick is hideous. It was a terrible choice for the
I
show.
think you look brilliant with that on.
You have to say that or you have to sleep on the couch.
There's a lot of reasons I may sleep on the couch these days because you are on lack of nicotine. That comment may have done it. Who knows?
Oh, that comment did it. So we're going to be looking at Halloween candy this week, though.
We are looking at Halloween candy this week.
So
which one?
Strange Halloween candy. We'll start with some different things.
Sure, whatever you want to grab is fine.
Okay. So we're going to start with these. I can't
Why don't
eat
you talk
these.
about them? Yeah.
So I can't try these. I have lupus. So any artificial colors, flavors, things like that act as poison on most bodies, but most especially mine. I could actually die. So Bear's going to eat these.
You know, since we're already on the topic of poison, Alex Trebek's family actually they teamed up with a cancer research foundation called Katie Couric's Stand Up to Cancer.
Katie Couric is a celebrity herself.
Lovely to find that out. And she has a pancreatic cancer research foundation. And so they actually they started the fund is now called the Alex Trebek Fund.
Are all of your lollies glued together?
I don't know if they're glued together.
They're like stuck together. Yeah, let me get one.
Oh, they smell
awful.
Like,
Here,
they smell like cancer.
Yeah. Eat that.
I don't like this.
I eat it anyway. We're gonna see how this is.
I think it's fantastic.
So these are
though,
popular.
that they actually. Sorry.
So these are like things that have been trending for Halloween. We'll try different things. How is it?
Oh, you know what? It's actually quite nice. So absolutely not. The outer layer is like a grape, and the inside's like a sour.
Okay, so we like that. Don't put it back in there. No one can eat it after you.
No one can eat it anyways. It's all full of that garbage.
Artificial shit. Okay, so the next one we're trying that people are saying, they're like, it's a healthier version of a peanut butter cup. It's all garbage. It's not healthier. I'm actually looking forward to Jimmy Star being on the show today.
It's sunflower seed butter cups.
You can eat that.
All right, so it's like it's one of those vegan things, right?
I don't think it's vegan.
Gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, tree nut free. What's wrong with tree nuts?
I have no idea. Whatever, you're eating it.
Yeah, apparently I am.
So it's supposed to be like a peanut butter cup, but like not.
I don't know. There's nothing wrong with this. Yeah, see, looks like it would normally. It's dark chocolate, of course, because no one else has milk chocolate for some reason.
I like milk chocolate.
You don't even want to try a bite? I did the last one. You sure?
You eat that.
It tastes like if you threw chocolate inside, if you like threw chocolate coating on top of sunflower seeds. It's not terrible. You know,
I'm not eating that.
I'm about to test them today, Jesus.
Yes, you are. So now we have. Oh, you can't see this on camera. It's Tangled Turtles. It's blue. We have a blue screen. Ooh, I like this. This is a good choice.
We did fantastic. Think that's covering you? Absolutely
Give it
not.
to me.
I think it's a big ghost in the show. But no, it's called Tangy Turtles.
Sweet and sour.
Because why the hell not?
Gummy
You've
candy.
had these before. I remember these now.
I picked these.
So do you actually like them? Like,
Oh,
are
yeah.
they any good?
They're really good. You can eat that. So these are great. I see why people like these.
These are not very good.
You're a liar.
No. Absolutely, that was terrible. For Halloween candy, guys, if you give your child Tangy Turtles, they will regret your existence.
I like them.
What's that? It looks like Fisherman's Friend. No, what's that one I'm thinking of?
It's Swedish fish.
Oh, Swedish fish.
So those are popular. Everyone does them. I can't open this. I got it. Everyone does those for Halloween.
Oh, I want to get back to the Alice Trebek Cancer Foundation thing. I think it's funny.
These
love
are lobsters.
What do you think of the foundation?
I found candy. These are really good.
Okay, we can ramp it up. We can talk about the next thing if you want.
Okay.
Matthew Perry drowned.
Yeah, that fucking sucks. I don't want to. I'd like to remind everyone every time we swear we give money to the Boys and Girls Club of America, the Humane Society of America, and Free MMA. We swear because we care.
One sec.
He brought up the most depressing possible topic.
Well, it has to be discussed no matter what. It happened, unfortunately. They said it was a drowning accident, is what they call it, because he was in his bathtub. And they said there was no foul play involved, so there's no one else there. It was just himself. And there's, as would be expected with that kind of circumstance, a ton of speculation as to what actually happened. Well, I shouldn't say a ton. There's really only one thing people are expecting to have happened.
Drugs. He has a history of drug use.
In fact, for those of you who don't know, he was actually I think they started either him or people close to him started the Matthew Perry Foundation, and it is it focuses is anti-drug and all that fun stuff.
Because he got heavily into it.
Right. It would be unfortunate if that was the case, but they haven't released more information about they haven't done a toxicology report yet.
I hope they don't.
Really? Why?
Yeah. I'm focusing on the next lollies.
I know. Well, just take a second.
It's depressing. Like Matthew Perry, it's a sad enough thing that happened.
Yeah.
I get that a lot of people loved him, but he worked so hard to get away from drugs. I really hope that it wasn't that.
I would be disappointed if they didn't release the truth, only because it can be a message to everyone else of course, don't get involved in this. Don't let it take over your life. It could be a positive example.
These are Bear's favorites. These are not on the Halloween people popular candy list. And because he brought up Matthew Perry, we aren't opening these on the show.
All right, fine. I'll sneak them later. They're chocolate covered espresso beans. You absolutely cannot not eat these. You have to have them with if you've never had them for Halloween, you're missing out.
I'll tell you what. I will eat them. I will test them. He doesn't have to, since you had to test the straws.
You have to test the chocolate coffee beans.
Oh my god, these are actually really good.
Yeah, I know. Why do you think I got them? This was the perfect excuse.
Give this to kids.
This was the perfect excuse to eat this.
No one's gonna give these to kids.
Who wouldn't
for
give
Halloween.
It's chocolate.
Halloween?
Just don't tell them it's coffee. Wrap it up in a little baggie. You know how your parents are always telling you guys not to get candy that has a personalized wrapper to it? Don't listen to that. Personalized wrap these. I'll get them. I'll wait. So you're doing that. One. Oh, I can have one. Thank you. I love that.
It's two.
See? I knew you'd come around.
We're going to talk about this.
What's that one? Oh, this is the chocolonely one.
So you can explain this. They were talking about this on Last Week Tonight.
As she said, this was featured on Last Week Tonight with God, he's the British man. Who's the funny British guy?
John Oliver. You
John
fool.
Oliver. Yeah. Any case, Tony's Chocolonely is a company that I don't know if it tastes good or if it's garbage, but they advocate for stopping the use of children when it comes to making chocolate, because as I recently learned, that is a huge, I won't say epidemic, but it's a huge thing that occurs. And
child labor.
Yes.
And you bought chocolate coffee beans. Coffee also uses child labor. This was your plan.
Yes, they do. We didn't help the cause today, but we kind of did.
No, we didn't.
In any case, the concept here is that a lot of times when it comes to child labor and in the usage of like coffee or chocolate, for example, it's not necessarily like these companies go out, they farm a bunch of kids, they put them in a factory and they work. It's kids who end up working on their family's farm, and the family cannot afford to pay these kids or pay for their normal living with the amount of work that they have to do, because chocolate is such a huge markup for all companies. The farmers get, I wouldn't even say they get pennies on the dollar. They get fractions of pennies on the dollar for the cocoa beans.
Yep. So take a bite.
I'm gonna just rip it off.
Nope.
I have to bite it.
You have to
straight
bite
off.
it. This does not have regular squares.
So
you're gonna bite. You're gonna bite. Is it good chocolate? It's not.
It's okay. I really don't want to say that child labor chocolate tastes better, but it kind of does.
Not bad. It's chocolate. It's a good message.
It's a good message. The message makes it taste better. That's important.
Yeah. We're going to have Jimmy on in a sec. That's a lot more fun than talking about child labor and Chandler Bing's death.
Speaking of Jimmy early, just before we bring him on, this is the last thing that we have. It's organic bears.
We had to do gummy bears.
Gummy bears because of me. This is one of the ones that wasn't as popular either, especially not considered the whole Tony's Chocolonely thing. But I saw it and then I found it, and they have them at Trader Joe's, and they're just little gummy bears.
Bouncing here and there.
You're gonna do the
cheers.
Cheers. How is it?
It's a gummy bear.
It's actually not even that good of a gummy bear, actually.
It's really not. Do you know, I like the Haribo, like those cheap plastic.
The Haribo ones?
Yeah. Like the cheaper the gummy bear, the better they are.
I think that...
I really want to eat this.
Please put it down. I'm so worried you're going to take a bite and you're going to regret. Why do you do it to yourself? You can still spit it out. You can still save yourself in this moment.
Ah!
Yeah, that's what we do. We show that on camera. Can I have a rag of some variety, something wet I can wipe my hands off with? Yeah, I know. You shouldn't. I didn't think this was a good idea. Well, what did it taste like?
Poison.
Oh, it does though. It kind of tastes like poison. It's grape flavored sour inside.
Have you ever had cough medicine?
It does taste. Why is this dry?
She needs a wet one, babe. Sorry,
I don't mean to be a prima donna. Can I have it wet?
I sort of spat sticky in his hand, which is a nice change.
I feel the sticky. I wish we had a better camera. I'd zoom in on it right now. In defense,
you get sticky stuff on me all the time.
Don't say that. Out of context. Thank you, bud.
That's not what I mean.
I know you didn't, but they don't.
All right. Well, now that we've made this completely inappropriate, let's bring on Jimmy Star.
Let's bring on our guest.
Hey!
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're talking about how I put sticky stuff on Summer.
It's gone very poorly.
I actually like it. So I've been listening for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I don't like coffee anything because I don't drink coffee. So coffee chocolate and coffee jelly, coffee anything for me would be gross. I wouldn't eat it.
Well, fair enough.
Chocolate is fine, and Jelly Bellies are fine, and Sour Patch Kids, and I'm basically like a candyaholic, and I love all of it, but just not coffee flavored.
Do you have a favorite candy in mind?
Jelly Bellies are my favorite, probably the red apple and the green apple.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Chocolate covered almonds a lot. I like Reese's a lot. And
we're going through what's trending because of Halloween, and there were so many of these weird lollies. that came out, and I just tried the one that he got. Those
Yeah,
straw things.
rainbow filled candy straws. I wouldn't buy them, honestly.
Yeah, that would probably not. I probably wouldn't like that. I like gummy things though, like gummy Coca-Cola,
Me too.
gummy strawberries and gummy cherries and stuff like that. And
Coke bottles are the best.
and I love the Coke bottle ones. And I actually like candy corn, believe it or not. I'm probably like
Me
the
too.
only on the planet. Okay, 2 of us, so the only people on the planet who like candy corn. But
everyone that likes candy corn likes the mouthfeel. It's always about the mouthfeel. I'm still choking on that coffee bean. It's not going well. It's stuck.
I'm definitely not for the whole candy corn thing. It doesn't.
I like the mouthfeel,
like,
the gummy.
Like, it doesn't look appetizing.
It feels good in the mouth. It's the same reason I like gummy bears. But I like those cheap gummy bears. The cheaper they are, the better, because they're kind of chewy.
I always eat the Haribo ones. Oh yeah, well the ones that are they come in a green package. It's like Golden Forest or something. I don't know what it's called exactly, but it's with a tree. Those ones are really good. They're chewier.
Black Forest,
Black Forest.
Black Forest, yeah.
It was something
I like those too.
So what? I don't know. Do you guys do Halloween? Do you put out candy for the neighborhood kids or whatnot?
No, my neighborhood's an over 55 community, so anybody who's trick or treating is probably mentally unstable.
I was just gonna say. Oh man,
we do not. And I think that, if people were gonna go, if I had kids, I would take them to nursing homes and
why nurse?
You know, for them to go trick or treating, because I think the older people would love it, and I know they always have candy in nursing homes for trick or treating. Or when I lived in Florida, they used to take your kids to the mall because it was safer than taking them, around the neighborhoods, just because who knows, there's so many, wacko people.
Yeah, and people like to put razor blades in candy, so
that's actually never me.
That happened to us when I was a kid. That was like a big thing. You always had parents inspect everything because all the crazy people would give stuff, and don't ever take anything that's not wrapped, and don't take apples. And my next door neighbor was a dentist, and he used to give out tubes of toothpaste.
So you're worst.
Oh, you guys. I wouldn't go to that.
I'm still eating gummy bears on the side. It's funny. The only inspection I ever do on my daughter's candy is I take the gummy bears
and eat them yourself. Yeah, so I love that. I like. I also like Starbursts.
Oh, me too. Chewy
candy,
fruit, chewy and fruity.
And I like blow pops, but
I've never had a blow pop.
Oh my God, they're so good. So they have gum in the middle of them, and the apple ones, the green apple ones, are so good. It's not even the apple ones are good, and the red one and the raspberry, they're great. You got to try them. The blue raspberry ones are really good, but
why do they make raspberry blue? I haven't figured that out in this.
It's good though.
Oh, for sure. But you guys don't do blackcurrant, which is my favorite flavor. So you don't do blackcurrant and raspberries blue. It's really confusing when I got here.
I love it though, because they make blue raspberry Sour Patch Kids. You have to find they're really good.
Can you explain what blackcurrant is, anyways?
I've been trying to cut back on all of that just because I'm getting older and it's just too much junk for me now as I'm getting older.
Well, Bear ate all the cheesecake in your house yesterday.
How did you feel this morning, Bear? Did you get up and run?
No, I didn't at all. I got up late today is what I did. I got up I'm supposed to be up before 8 o'clock because I have to put up all my videos at 8 o'clock, but I woke up at 8:40 or something like that. It's a bit of a dramatic difference. So I was late to work. I felt a little bit sick from all the sweets I had, I think, from all the cake.
For everybody,
which by the way was lovely. If you ever have more cheesecake you don't want to eat, I will happily come by. You
guys, Bear and Summer came over to our house for dinner last night. For anybody who's doesn't know that, and along with Alexis, and so we had a great time, and it was a lot of fun. And Bear's not allowed to eat, and they all know you're an MMA guy, right?
Yeah, and so I got
training, you guys, and so that was his last big meal, and he ate a lot, and it was great. And he'll suffer for it a little bit today, and then he has to go lose weight to go kick somebody's ass.
Yeah, I got to be 7 pounds, probably 8 pounds now.
Yeah, you definitely put on some weight.
I got to be 8 pounds lighter by next Friday.
He ate half a cheesecake.
You gonna finish that?
You're not getting more of the lollies.
No,
you don't know which one I'm talking about.
It doesn't matter.
You're not allowed to eat junk anymore. You're on a diet now. You have to eat like I don't know what, coffee and water or something.
He gets salads and things like fresh fruits and salads.
I can eat things that are 0 carbs. So like cardboard is great. Styrofoam.
You eat like proteins like chicken and stuff like that. Can you eat that? Because that doesn't give you weight.
Well, normally yes. Right now, no. Just everything depends in quantity. Like if I have, I can have cake the day of the weigh-ins, but it's gonna be like a smidgen. It's gonna be like the tip of your tongue kind of lick amount of cake.
Isn't worth it.
The lies he's telling himself right now. Fantastic. No, he gets salad essentially from this point on.
It doesn't make you like weak though that you can't like punch and kick because you're like so freaking hungry.
Well, again, everything gets tapered off, so I'm not consuming the amount of energy. I'm not exerting the amount of energy I would normally be for the amount of food that I'm eating. So everything's not going to be
training. Like he's not going to be sparring and doing things like that the week of because he can't risk injury.
Yeah, I have my last regular sparring session Sunday, maybe Monday, slightly, just because we have some of the guys there who are really good and can help me get better for my matches. But for most part, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, very easy days. I might not even do a Thursday. It might just be resting or just going over like game plan, kind of strategizing.
He's clearly drunk.
And then Friday's it. We weigh in, we fight that night, and I can go back to doing mostly whatever I want Saturday.
No, you can't. You have another fight 15 days later.
I cannot go back to doing mostly whatever I want Saturday.
What about the Friday night afterwards? You eat one good meal, like eat something like just to like say, hey, okay, I want like steak and potatoes or something.
Yeah, he can have steak and potatoes or something like that. Then it's just back to the regular food.
Okay.
I'll just eat summer.
Cannibalism is not the plan.
You won't actually gain any weight though there. So
you're right, I won't.
She might lose some.
I love you very much. It's okay. You don't have to understand.
I don't have to understand. Thanks.
Can I have a coffee bean though?
One coffee bean.
Yep. That's all I'm asking for.
You're gonna stay
out. The whole thing was that is when he's eating you and you ejaculate, you'll lose weight.
Oh,
just I didn't want to explain it. I wanted her to be confused.
Okay. That's lots of information, everybody. Have fun.
I didn't want to tell you anything. I'd rather you just sit there and not understand.
Red. And that's a great transition for anything that you guys want to talk
about. Actually, yeah, I want to talk about you guys any new projects you have coming up. I know we did a little bit last night when Sue and Summer were talking.
I have a great project right now, and we it's called Zombie with a Shotgun 2, and we're doing an Indiegogo campaign. We don't really need the money from it. We're really doing it more to get the name out there because it's a sequel. The first film was made for not a lot of money, but it did really well, and it's based on a comic book. So if you go to Indiegogo.com and you do plug in Zombie with a Shotgun 2 Reloaded, it'll come up, and we have great perks, and it's not like acting perks. This isn't one of those Indiegogo campaigns where you can buy a role because it's all professional actors. But you get comic books, and you can get, poster art, and if you spend a lot of money, you can get action figures of the people, and they have really cool perks, and it's a lot of fun. And I'm a big comic book, person. I love it, and I worked out a deal that once we make the movie, the next comic book they do, I'll be a character in the comic book because I want to be.
That is awesome.
That is so cool.
I'm in 3 comic books right now, and so I'll be in. That'll give me another one. That'll give me a more fun one. I
only got to be in one. I got to be in a Punisher.
That's cool.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I want to. But now I have to go get more.
Yes, no, it's fun. I love it, and I actually we should put together one. For Bear. I don't know. Somehow I can be a part of it, and we should put together something, but make him like that. He beats the shit out of everybody. And then afterwards he like does stuff for the community and make it like a cool. I don't know what the story would be, but we could come up with
secret vigilante.
Yeah, and then turn it into like some kind of a. It would be cool if it was like he's an MMA fighter by day, and at night he like saves trafficked children or something. As this like vigilante going after people.
That would be really cool.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna say that I saved traffic jams.
Oh, no.
No one's gonna.
No, I run to the street. I hit people out of their cars and steer them off the freeway. I make traffic jams go away.
I think the comic book thing is
that would
fun.
sell so much.
I have one called Celebrity Ghost Hunters, and it's a true story of a celebrity ghost hunt we did, and then we turned it into like a 20-page comic, and it's a lot of fun. And I'm into other ones, and I just like that. I just think that kind of stuff is fun, and so the movie is based on a comic book, and we have some people that in it. We have Vincent Ward is in it, and Lynn Lowry, and Bill Oberst. He's like a 2-time Emmy winner. And we have, isn't that funny? I can't remember. Monique Dupree, who was just on my show like 2 weeks ago. So it's a lot of fun, and I think people will like it. So they should definitely check it out. And you guys all follow me. This is Jimmy Star. I want everybody to follow me. I'm trying to build my social media, you guys. So I'm Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. This is Jimmy Star, and you guys should follow me so I can get bigger.
I'm gonna have to talk you into getting McKee Sullivan. She won America's Next Top Model. She's actually in Dubai, in Runway Dubai, in the magazine right now. So guys, go check out Runway Dubai. She's incredible. She's also an actress. I'm gonna talk to you because I want to get her in some of your stuff.
Absolutely. I love collaborating with cool people. It's always a lot of fun. And
well, she's married to Sam Alvey, like the cage fighter. So you don't expect that. He actually broke her nose not too long ago. I just want to leave that without context.
Oh, hopefully not.
No, of course not. So she's a jiu-jitsu gal. She's actually got a professional fight coming up. Her first fight coming up. And they were training, and he missed, and he broke his wife's nose. So now they're at the hospital. His wife is like, she won America's Next Top Model. She's considered one of the most beautiful women in the world. And she's standing there holding her face, and Sam's like, punch my wife. He kicked her actually, but it's still that moment. He's like,
my wife.
Yeah, he's having to stare there, and everyone's looking at him like he's a monster. He's like, no, we were in class, like we were training. Oh,
well, you know what? When I told,
really good? Is he a really good?
Sam's good. Yeah,
he's one of the best in the world. And I made a video talking about when people accidentally, when people hit you too hard and you don't consent to it, like how do you handle people who are just aggressive? And Sam, he replied to my video gaslighting me, telling me that he doesn't hit the hit wasn't that hard and that you ran into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, Sam, don't worry, man. The hit wasn't that hard. She just ran into it. That's your wife. Don't stress it, brother.
It's great. That's great. I do have to give a quick shout out to Tiny Bubbles. Thank you for making me red carpet ready. KM Extends. They do all my hair extensions. I'm actually getting some new hair extensions put in. I got my straight ones. Yeah. We're putting in some curly ones to match my natural hair now.
I love that. I got to draw back real fast, Jimmy. What is Zombie with a Shotgun?
That is more interesting than my hair extensions. The hair extensions are great, but that is more interesting.
Hang on, let me so Zombie with a Shotgun. First of all, it's a comic. It started off as a comic book and a little web series, and the guy did an Indiegogo campaign. It's a great concept, and basically, Zombie with a Shotgun. But the guy who is the lead of it, hang on. His name is Brandon something, and he basically it's like a zombie who is not who has all his senses. So it's a zombie so he knows what's going on, and he's trying to kill everybody and save everybody. And this new one has witches and vampires in it too. It's going to take place in the woods. The first one took place in New York City, and but basically it's they don't even give a freaking synopsis on here of what it actually is. But
is it like it's like that Z movie, the one with Nicholas Hoult, where he was like
a little bit like that, much lower budget, but basically
that was a Romeo and Juliet knockoff.
Yeah, the zombie though in this one actually has his senses, so he's not like a zombie who goes around eating everybody. He's trying to save people and stuff, so he's really like a hero.
But he murder? So he's murdering the other zombie. And murder is a stretch of the word. He's killing the other zombies too.
Well, he looks like a zombie, so he's a zombie with a shotgun who's actually got all his faculties. It's super cool. The website is
he fighting zombies, so it's like a blade thing, like a vampire fighting vampires.
Yeah, he's saving people. In the first one, I think they actually save people. I forgot. I watched it, but he protects the regular people who aren't zombies from the zombies.
So I gotta be straight up, man. It's a blade vibe.
If I'm trying to save my family and a zombie straight up kicks in my door and with a shotgun and starts screaming that other zombies are coming, I need to run. I'm not only going to be confused, I'm going to be very terrified.
I think so too. It's very cool. It's a lot of fun. The comic books are really, really good. And like I think the movie right now, I think it's like on the first one is like on Tubi and a bunch of places that you can actually see it. This one that we're going to be doing will be significantly higher budget and higher quality of a film, because the first one was made for basically friends. There's no famous people in it, and it was all friends got together and put this thing together. But it looks really good for like a movie that had no budget, and it got distributed all over the place. I mean, it's Twitter. Twitter has hundreds of thousands of followers. The guy who directed it and wrote it has hundreds of thousands of followers. It's got a really big fan base.
That's really cool.
Where can we watch the first one right now?
I think it's on Tubi, Zombie with a Shotgun.
Okay, on
but
Tubi.
On Tubi. Amazon Prime, probably. It's probably on YouTube. I know the trailer's on YouTube, I'm pretty sure, because I have the guy coming on my show actually Wednesday to promote it.
Oh, nice. Okay. And this is in the project that you're involved in, right? Are you producing it? Or are you acting in it? Wait. Okay.
I don't act in anything anymore unless it's like a walk-by cameo, because I suck at acting. People just like me because I have a good social media following, so people like to put me in things. But my husband Ron does the acting. I do the producing, so I'm producing it. Ron will be in it along with, I think there's 6 or 7 other roles, that'll still be cast once the actual financing comes through.
Oh, nice.
Now, yeah. So
I always love filmmaking, but for a really weird reason. I like winning.
Do you guys
so I see getting like the right distribution and the right money and the right like what I want, getting my way. Like my whole life's just about getting my. Well, you know that.
Yeah.
My whole life's
I'm
about
aware.
getting my way.
I'm very aware of that.
And so when I get my way with something, I'm really happy.
I'm glad.
Did you just look down my top?
Yes, I did. Do you guys need like a zombie extra or something just to stand in the background?
We can get you in stuff anyway. Like I have this other. I have another film I'm working on. It's called Dog Moon, and it's a werewolf movie. And it's got like all these special forces guys in it, and it's a really unique story. We just got the deck done for it, and so I'll start working on money for that one soon. But like I have several films that I could like put you in like real roles, like not
all right.
extra role, but like a role where you can actually like talk. And he could totally be like a militia guy, like one of the guys chasing after the werewolves,
So acting classes. What I'm hearing is acting classes.
I don't need acting classes. I'm a class act.
No, you are neither a class act nor an actor.
Being a class act doesn't make you an actor, but the fact that you like get on stage and like fight with people and stuff, you probably won't have much of a problem with any of it. You just, it's just one of those things you do. Just like you didn't model before, and now you modeled. Like you can do anything. You're capable of doing anything. You're a good-looking guy. You can handle it.
I modeled at one of the most prestigious modeling thingies in the world.
Thingies. That's what you're calling Fashion Week. A thingy.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. My whole beginning of my career was for Victoria's Secret thingies.
Actually, right before we moved here, so you guys, anybody who doesn't know anything about me, so I have a show called The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, and Ron Russell's my husband. He's 83, but when he was 78, he modeled for Uniqlo at New York Fashion Week, and it was underwear. And so it was a 73-year-old dude with all these like 25-year-old jacked up, muscle-bound guys walking the runway in underwear. And he walked in with everybody, and it was awesome. He looked so good.
I love that.
Yeah, it was
that's incredible.
Yeah, it was super cool. We had a lot of fun. There was hundreds of people there. He totally loved it. The only thing he didn't like is the fact that he's relatively okay. He's relatively well endowed, and they gave him a small. So they put him in this small thing, which made everything look even like bigger and tight. It was so tight, because he would have never worn anything that tight. He was like dying when he couldn't wait to take it off.
It's honestly how it goes. And you got a few really well endowed guys in Hollywood. You do. You've got guys like Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey had to have his fig leaf. He goes in for the Oscars to host them, and they had him walk out in a fig leaf. You guys can look this bit up. They had to make a bigger fig leaf.
They didn't have a big enough one.
They say Chris Pine has to tape his pecker to his leg when he shoots movies and stuff because it's so big.
I haven't heard that. I'm gonna have to check. I do know a couple of chicks that hooked up with him.
Maybe you have to go check.
I like Chris Pine.
Chris Pine's dick.
Yes, I like.
You know who else is really well hung? Because I like the older guys. Is Liam Neeson.
I heard that. Yes.
Google Liam Neeson naked. There's a clip of him like running through a little courtyard naked, and everything's flopping up and down. It looks great.
Maybe it's an Irish thing because Colin Farrell is too.
Yeah, that I think it might be. You never know. There's so much fun, though.
I'm just imagining 55, 60-year-old Liam Neeson running naked in this elephant trunk.
Oh, it's the worst. My grandmother has the biggest crush on Liam Neeson because she thought his knees were cute in Rob Roy. I'm not telling her the next bit.
I think he's gorgeous, though. I think super cute. Like
he is.
Like if I was single, I'd like totally go after Liam Neeson.
Ditto.
Everybody's gotta have their Hollywood crushes, you know, and so we all have our Hollywood crushes, but Liam Neeson would definitely be one of mine.
Fair enough.
See, I usually like the old American boys. I like Captain America, but as Captain America, Superman, but as Superman. And
what Superman do you like the best? And there's
the most recent one. Yeah, Henry Cavill. But I only like him as Superman. As like when he does his Xena Warrior Princess thing, I'm not into that.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't like him as the Witcher?
No, it's Xena Warrior Princess for boys. But like I'm not into
I've actually seen The Witcher before, so I don't know anything about it.
Have you seen Xena Warrior Princess?
Yes.
Same thing. It's exactly the same thing, same storyline, same thing.
It really is. She actually showed me that show after I started watching The Witcher, and it was sadly so much alike.
It's Xena Warrior Princess for boys.
We actually have Adrienne Wilkinson, who's like Xena Warrior Princess's like daughter on the show or something. I don't know because I didn't watch the show, but she's been on our show a bunch. And we just saw her at a celebrity thing the other day.
Oh, she's lovely. But yeah, he basically just plays Lucy Lawless. And then what's his face? I really, really like Luke Evans. He's my favorite.
Luke Evans, that was Dracula.
Worst Dracula movie, and he took it so like he did a great job. Movie sucked, but he's amazing. They gave him a whole bunch of shit. They didn't want to put him as a lead actor. They're like, well, he's gay. What if they can't buy him as straight? I'm like, shut the fuck up. Half of Hollywood's gay. Nobody knows it. It's fine, and he's gorgeous. And shut up.
And he sings now.
Does he?
Yeah, he just released an album. He sings. And he was in what he was.
I'm gonna have to buy an album.
He was in the movie Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, he played Gaston.
He had a good piece in there.
Beauty and the Beast. So I like him a lot.
Me too. His husband is gorgeous.
Yeah, all the gay guys like out people in Hollywood. They all have cute husbands.
Mm-hmm.
The other one that's really cute is the guy from. Oh shoot! We just went. He's got a new show on Paramount. We went to the opening, but he didn't go because they couldn't talk about it. Fellow Travelers, and now I forgot his name. Anyway, he's super cute. He's
Fellow Travelers.
Fellow Travelers, and he's like out gay. And his husband, I found out, is a big publicist in Hollywood. He used to work for like Paramount or Peacock or somebody.
Well, a really quick way to get your career good is to
Matt Bomer.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's gorgeous.
He's too young for me, so he could dance naked in front of me and it wouldn't do anything for me, but he's cute, but I need him older.
It's funny. He's yummy. But I'm helping. Like
these are people you have zero chance with.
I know. It's apparently the only guy I get a free pass with is Luke Evans.
That's because he's gay.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, yeah, cool, you can sleep with Luke Evans. Everyone else is off.
Just drug him. That's all.
Hang on, I do not believe in gay conversion therapy, but for Luke Evans, that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. It is basically human torture, but I'll give it a swing.
No, we have that. It's like Ron likes Jason Statham, so that's his like.
Oh, he's cute.
Jason Statham, and so
that's he put him in a gay conversion camp, but
yeah, the other way. Like it's like I'm all for it. Like, let's do it.
No, I think there's so many cool people. I like Charles Dance, who's like older and British looking, but I think he's really handsome. And I like Liam Neeson, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's a few. I have a few that I really like a lot. It's funny you can't think of them when you have to think of them, but
I think I'm glad with the direction, the way things have moved, where people can kind of be themselves far more now than they ever could.
Oh yeah.
My only problem is, especially in the sports world, and I still work a great deal in the sports world and doing media in the sports world.
No kidding.
It's still not open. Yeah, because of you. It's still not open in the sports world, And so the running joke for a long time, I went out with a few Raiders because they were gay and they didn't want anyone to know, so I was their girlfriend. I went out with a few Lakers for the same reason. So then I start dating him, and the first question everyone asked me, they're like, is he gay? I was like, no, he's not. But nobody believes me now because all the sports guys, all the sports guys I went out with because they needed a girl to go out with. So I was like, I was their beard for like 10 different guys. I start dating him. Everyone's like, all my friends at work are like, oh, he's gay. They're like, I'm like, no.
So I have a sports question for you. First, I have a sports question for you, Bear, and so and it's a little controversial, but so when I was growing up, I was a tennis player. All through college, I played tennis. I was a really good tennis player. I was probably, in the world, probably like in the top 5,000, which is not really that good for a guy. You can't make any money.
That's huge, though. That's really good.
Yeah. Really good, and I used to practice. I would go to tournaments and practice with people who, girls who were like top 10 in the world. I don't mean for their age, top 10 in the world, like Venus Williams. And I could beat them, even though I was like, in men, I was like 5,000 in the world, and I was like 50 in Florida. But I could beat them without a problem. I would beat them all.
Absolutely, I believe that.
So here's my question to you, because I'm very for the trans community in supporting them in every single thing except women, men dressing up as being women and then getting to compete against women, because I know for a fact myself that I've competed against the best women in the world when I was like a substandard, male athlete, and I could beat them. So I know it's not fair from my own experience. And what do you think if a trans well, it's different because it would be more worth if Summer was the like MMA fighter and then somebody dressed up like a girl wanted to fight you. I don't believe it's a fair thing, and I don't think it should be allowed. And I was just curious, as a professional athlete, what do you think?
Can I put my opinion in before you?
Yeah.
Okay. I think there is a difference between sex and gender. Gender is a social construct, meaning long hair used to be masculine, heels used to be masculine. What we consider femininity is one thing. But when it comes to sex, there is a biological difference. But when somebody goes on hormones, that also changes their biology. I think a third category would be far more appropriate than forcing people into these two based on sex, because it's not based on gender.
If we had enough people to do a transgender section of basketball, football, baseball, MMA, whatever, go for it. As it stands right now, unless you started your hormone therapy in puberty, where you have basically no severely identifying factors, male or female, and then you start to develop your sexual characteristics. If you started then, I'm sure you would be well enough off as a young man, 12 years old, 13 years old. You became 18 years old. You've gone through the therapy. You're basically a woman for most of the world. You might be okay there. But if you start this when you're in your 20s, when you're in your peak physical shape, like there's a guy who was literally
competed in college swimming for 3 years, and then his senior year, he became a girl and competed with the women and beat everybody.
No, that doesn't work. There was a guy who was an ex special forces operator, and he became an MMA fighter, and then he decided that he was transgender, and it's okay. I say decided, but he felt this way, so he's welcome to do it. And then he went through the full thing. He took therapy. He took all the stuff he needed to, the hormones and whatnot. But when you see him fight the girl, just size-wise, it made no sense. They weighed the same, but he was such a dense woman, or she was such a dense woman. Every hit she had was so much worse than the other lady. You'd see them after the fight, and of course she won. But she's fine, a couple of scrapes and bruises. The other girl is swollen. Like her head's in the shape of a peanut now before you take the casing off. It didn't make any sense. So no, if you start early enough, I'm sure you can get away with something like that. But if you are in your prime of your life and then decide that you want to switch to the other gender, especially if men want to go to women and compete there, that's just not reasonable.
I think it's about when you go through puberty and the way your body develops.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I noticed in the news, I just saw this thing when I was scrolling through Facebook or someplace, that Venus Williams or Serena Williams, one of them, just forfeited a match in a tournament because whoever she was going to play, I guess, was a transgendered woman. And she's like, I'm not playing against a man, because obviously she wasn't transgendered always. And I have several friends though who have gone through the actual change, you know, where they're actually women now. They have vaginas and everything, and I totally support it 100%. I just don't support that, and I think that I also saw a thing where a girls basketball team, you know, wasn't gonna like dropped out of like the finals of some big tournament because they weren't going to play against a team that had transgender women on it either. It's physically just not fair.
I think,
and that's the worst part.
Again, I think it depends on when the transition happened. You have like Jazz, who's a transgender young woman, is very, very different because Jazz went through the transition before puberty. Like I would have no complaints, none, because she went through the same hormones. She went through all the same experiences as me at that point, and physically is at the same place I am. Not him. Like if he right now was like, I'm going to be a woman, let's fight.
You would kill people, though.
That is the size of his hands.
Oh, you just put it up against your face.
Like it's not a great plan.
No, it's not. You could get killed that way. And I also have. So we have someone related to Ron, and their grandchild, you know, is transitioning. But she said she was a girl since like 3 years old. You know,
that's
so
very different.
Everything at 3 years old, doing all the hormones and everything. And if you look at her, you have no idea. She looks like a girl.
But that's because those hormones are, she's going through female puberty. She's going through female growth. I would have no trouble with her doing female sports because she is chemically female at that point, and her body developed in that way. But like my Aunt Pippa was born male, and she transitioned in the 80s, but she went through puberty as a man, is much, much taller, much stronger.
Yeah, I have a friend that's like that too. Even though she went through all of it, she's she's big.
And she'd be the first to tell you that it wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, that's
she didn't.
And I think a lot of them do, because even Caitlyn Jenner says it's not fair, you know, and she knows she's an Olympic athlete, or when she was an Olympic athlete.
I'm inclined to believe that the only people who would advocate against that, saying that no, it's totally fair, would be the people who have some kind of advantage or get something out of it. Like the transgender athletes who think that's fair are getting something out of it because they're still actively competing. They're doing stuff. They're winning. They're setting records. So there's an incentive for them to say, no, this is a reasonable thing to do.
Everyone's looking for an edge. Always have been.
Yeah. And I just think I think it's terrible though. And maybe it's just because I actually competed against women before, you know, for fun, you know, practicing in practice and stuff. But I saw how unfair it would be, knowing that, you know, like I know when I went to University of Florida, I used to go to tennis camp there, and they would say the #1 player at the University of Florida, you know, would be, at the time, Chris Everett was the #1 player in the world. And she was like, she wouldn't even get a game off of him, you know, like there's just no way in hell that would ever like happen. And I always thought that was weird until I got older and I played, you know, with the number. I didn't play #1. I played I think #4 and #8, and I beat both of them. And being number, you know, 50 in the state of Florida, and worldwide probably like 5,000 or something, you know, and I could beat the #1 woman in the world. So I know it isn't fair.
Yeah, it really isn't, and it's nothing that we can change. Maybe through another several hundred thousands of years or millions of years of evolution and biology. Yeah, we might see something there, but
we just need to turn around. Now. Like I'm just saying, I do believe, but I also don't believe somebody that's transgender should be competing with their previous gender either, because they don't have that strength. They are going through hormone treatment, so that will negatively affect too. So I think a third category is the way to go.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because we're not talking about.
I think that's totally reasonable.
All of them are going through hormone therapy though, because a lot of them don't look like they're going through hormone. Maybe they are, but like, because I think, didn't somebody win like the big bicycle race thing? A guy won it. A transgender woman won it. I think that, you know, they're winning everything they enter. They're winning and beating women. You know, in those different categories. But I don't know if they're all, because some of them still have hair on their chest and shit.
God damn, that's at least try, man. At least put in the effort.
I think it's, people are trying to say that like you can identify as whichever gender you please, and I actually have no problem with that. I do see a big difference between sex and gender, and I think sports should be based on sex, not gender.
Yeah,
really, I agree with that.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that too.
Well, hey, as we're
Go.
My bad. Oh, I'm just saying, it's getting towards the end. I want to make sure we get everyone to hear your social media again. Get everyone to come follow you.
All right, you guys. So you got to go to This Is Jimmy Star on pretty much all the different platforms. My website is jimmystarsworld.com. Follow me. Follow Bear and Summer. And my show is the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. We're on the same network as this show is, live behind the scenes.
Yep, you can see. I'm like not saying wrap it up. I'm saying like look.
We're on Wednesdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific time, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time, and we bring on celebrity guests each week and just have a good time. So
I love that.
That's absolutely wonderful.
I like that. I got to tell you, we got caught up talking to you again. I didn't focus on anything we were supposed to focus on. That was great.
No,
I love when I do that.
Yeah, there's so much
I
going
didn't know
on
we
right
had to
now.
end it anyway.
It was like I just get caught up talking. This is how it's
It's
going.
fun.
I like it. So, Jimmy, oh my God, I love that.
That's my Funko Pop that matches my glasses.
Guys,
That's
check
perfect.
that out. Do you sell those? I love that.
I'm gonna be selling them, but right now, but you can pop yourself. You know that you can go to Funko Pop, and now they've made it that you can pop yourself for $30. You can make your own.
Mm-mm.
We need a wholesale for that, and I'll get like 25 or 30 of them for
You
for
don't get a
myself.
Funko Pop. I think my favorite was Dan Henderson had a bobblehead
Yeah,
of himself. He's very proud of
another
it. He showed me his
famous
bobblehead.
ex-UFC fighter had a bobblehead made after
I
himself.
want to get him a Funko Pop.
You should totally get them made, Bear. It's easy. I'll tell you how to do it, and it's easy. It's fun. I have like 4 different ones, and
I like that. We'll do
that's
it.
my tuxedo one. So for the Academy Awards, but I have regular ones. Ron has a tuxedo one. I have a Halloween one where I'm in a skeleton suit.
Oh, nice.
I like that.
That's great.
But what time does this show end? At 12:50?
Yeah, it'll be off in about 2 minutes. I was saying what cracked me up is I'm looking at your bobbleheads and things, and does Ron have a bobblehead too?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a little bobbleheads together. I like that. You guys have cute little bobbleheads.
Yeah,
Ron,
2 of us sitting on a couch in our underwear, and we're sitting on a couch, and it's the 2 of us, and we looked all ripped and jacked, like we actually have muscles.
oh, I like
That
that.
is a fantastic figure
I
right
like
there.
that.
Now they're making Lego ones too. You can have like your own like little Lego figurine. They're making all kinds of things that you can get.
Oh, I'm into that. I
Just-
want Lego.
That'll be our background. We don't need this green screen anymore. It's gonna be shelves of us as little figurines.
That's right. I
like
love
that.
it. I have them all over the place, so it's fun. Even on my desk, I have Stan Lee.
Oh, I love.
Oh my
Stan Lee.
god.
He was
And
so
Lance-
sweet.
Lance Henriksen's my absolute favorite actor. Oops, hang on.
Yep.
And so I have Lance Henriksen's been sitting on my desk for 20 years.
I like that.
I never knew they made action figures of these people.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, they have action figures. Funko Pop makes them of everybody, every single
Mhm.
person you could ever want.
Funko Pop's wonderful.
God damn, love Funko Pop.
The I absolutely love it. So, and for those out there, what I wanted to talk about, I actually wanted to talk about Ron's movie a little bit because I love the idea. He's got a film that he wanted to put together. I was really excited by it. We got completely distracted, but if you guys get a chance, go watch their show. And if you want to know about Ron and Jimmy's film, it's really funny. I'm trying not to get emotionally invested because I want to get it distribution.
Yeah.
But it's really hard not to get emotionally invested. So if you guys want to hear about it, go watch their show, go follow them and ask them about it. It is the funniest concept. I absolutely love it.
And go to Zombie with a Shotgun.
Yep.
Yes.
Go, guys, and support. You can support for as low as like $10, I think. Cool.
Zombie with a shotgun.
I've never tried. I like the go. I like that. It's a good way to get it out. Jimmy, thank you so much for coming on. I'd like to have you on and actually follow the agenda one day. We haven't managed to do that yet.
That's okay. Whatever you guys want. I love coming on. It's a lot of fun, and you guys are great. So thank you so much.
Thank you so
We
much for
appreciate
having
having
it. Oh, for having us. So for I'm on a lot of painkillers and I'm withdrawing from nicotine. This is going so good.
Well, do
All
you
right.
want to give us
Bye,
our
everybody.
you want to say our good nights?
Guys, thank you for joining us on Behind the Scenes. I'm Summer Helene.
I'm Bear Fiorda.
And I do want to give a quick shout out Tiny Bubbles Hair Salon in Palm Springs, California. Thank you for making me red carpet ready. KM Extends Hair Extensions. They're the ones that do my hair extensions for all the red carpets and the wigs and everything else. And Runway Dubai. Make sure you check that out. McKee Sullivan is in this one. She's incredible. She won America's Next Top Model. She is an incredible woman. And she's married to a friend of Bear's.
That's true.
Yeah, which is like the least of her accomplishments, but he's still really
That's
cool. I
the
love
biggest
Sam.
accomplishment.
Marrying
You're married to
Sam-
someone who knows me.
I think when it comes to Sam Alvey, you know Sam Alvey, not
That's
Sam
very
Alvey
true.
knows you. I have a great video of him kicking Sam. So he kicked Sam. So Sam just put him against the side of the cage and punched the shit out of him.
I'm not denying it. I'm just saying I didn't deserve it either.
You didn't deserve it. Did you kick him in the head?
Yes, several times.
Several times. So why did he put you against the side of the cage as punishment? Guys, this was Behind the Scenes. We'll see you next week. Good night.
This has been Behind the Scenes with Summer Helene and Bear Fiorda. Only on Talk 4 Media.